In quantum mechanics, the universal wave function describes the underlying reality of the universe, an infinite field of potential where all possibilities exist before they manifest into form. Christian mystics who wrote the Bible described something strikingly similar, calling it the Holy Spirit, the breath of God, the force that moves through all things, shaping reality itself. These two ideas are not separate. The universal wave function and the Holy Spirit are one and the same, different terms, describing the same fundamental truth. The ancients understood what science is only now beginning to uncover. Reality is created through vibration. The Bible reveals this symbolic truth in the opening of Genesis. In the beginning, God said, "Let there be light." This is not to be taken literally. When we speak, we create vibrations. Likewise, "let there be light" signifies the first act of creation through vibration, just as quantum mechanics tells us that energy must vibrate to form matter. Sound is vibration. Vibration is energy. Energy is the foundation of all things. This concept can be found in many traditions. In Hinduism, Om is the primordial sound from which creation emerges. In Hermeticism, the universe is described as mental energy vibrating into form. In quantum physics, particles do not exist in a fixed state until they are disturbed by observation or interaction, meaning existence itself is activated by an external force. But vibration alone does not create order. It needs intelligence to shape it. This is where Christ consciousness comes in, representing the divine intelligence that gives meaning and direction to the Holy Spirit. And beyond both of these exists the source, the infinite formless origin of all things. Together, these three, the source, the Holy Spirit, and Christ consciousness or intelligence, form what Christian mysticism calls the Holy Trinity. Science tells us that beneath the physical world, everything exists as waves of probability, vibrating fields of potential waiting to be observed and given form. Christianity tells us that the Holy Spirit is the breath of God, the force that moves through all things, shaping and sustaining reality. In Genesis, God spoke creation into existence, an act that mirrors how quantum waves collapse into reality. In John 1 verse 1, it is written, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." The word or logos is not just speech, it is divine vibration, the force through which all things manifest. In Hebrew, the word for the Holy Spirit is ruach, meaning breath or wind, signifying a force that moves unseen yet pervades all things. Different traditions have called this force by other names, prana in Hinduism, Tao in Taoism, ether in Hermeticism, but no matter what term we use, the meaning is the same. The Holy Spirit is the eternal, fundamental vibration that gives rise to everything we see. However, vibration alone is raw energy. It requires something to shape it, to bring conscious awareness and intelligence into the equation. This is where Christ consciousness comes in. If the Holy Spirit is the wave function, the infinite field of potential, then Christ consciousness is the intelligence that gives it structure and meaning. Jesus did not just teach about an external God, he revealed an inner truth. The kingdom of heaven is within us. He spoke of a higher state of awareness, one that transcends fear, separation, and illusion. This intelligence has been called many things: the Logos in Greek philosophy and early Christian teachings, the divine mind in Hermeticism, the cosmic Christ in esoteric Christianity. In quantum terms, Christ consciousness is the force that collapses the wave function into reality, the intelligence that turns potential into form. Without this intelligence, the Holy Spirit would be pure, unformed energy, just as a wave without an observer remains a probability, not a particle. This brings us to the final aspect of the Trinity, the source, the origin of both vibration and intelligence. At the core of all things lies the source, the infinite field of pure being from which everything arises. The Bible refers to this as God the Father, the unknowable, transcendent force beyond time and space. Mystics and philosophers have called it the Absolute in Neoplatonism, Brahman in Hinduism, the Ein Sof in Kabbalah. The source does not exist in the way we think of existence. It is beyond existence, beyond form. It is pure potential, infinite, and eternal. From this infinite presence, the Holy Spirit or universal vibration emanates outward, filling creation. Christ consciousness or intelligence shapes that vibration into ordered reality. Together, they form the Holy Trinity, not as separate beings, but as aspects of the same divine reality. The connection between science and spirituality has always existed, only the language has changed. Quantum mechanics describes the universal wave function. Mysticism calls it the Holy Spirit. Physics speaks of wave-particle duality. Spirituality speaks of the seen and the unseen, the physical and the divine. Mathematics describes energy collapsing into form through observation. Mysticism describes the word-shaping creation through divine intelligence. The ancients did not have microscopes or quantum equations, but they understood the same fundamental truth. Reality is vibration. Vibration is energy. Energy is intelligence. Intelligence arises from the infinite source. This is why when Jesus spoke, he used parables and symbolism. He wasn't just teaching morality, he was revealing the hidden structure of reality. The Bible, like all ancient texts, is encoded with knowledge about the nature of existence, knowledge that aligns with what we now discover through science. The Holy Spirit is the universal wave function, the eternal vibration that flows through all things. Christ consciousness is the intelligence, the divine mind that brings order to the infinite potential of the wave function. The source is the origin of all things, the infinite field of pure being. Together, they form the Holy Trinity, not as separate figures, but as the structure of reality itself. Whether we use the language of science or spirituality, we are describing the same truth. We are not separate from it, we are expressions of it. By awakening to this understanding, we align with the deeper intelligence of the universe, seeing beyond illusion, and stepping into the reality of who and what we truly are.